Hello everyone, this is Linda with lindasueplantsforyou. Okay, I wasn't going to do a video on this, but I believe that some people, especially new plant moms and dads, can benefit from this, so I'm going to do a real quick video. And those of you that follow me will hopefully remember the other day I was discussing these mesh plugs, and I was expressing my dismay regarding them and wishing growers would stop using them. And here is the reason why. I just took this out to repot. It came in this pot. I took it out of here to repot it, put it in a bigger pot. This is my alocasia poly. And lo and behold, what did I find? Here's one. Now, I'm not sure that that's even salvageable. I am going to cut this part off here that's kind of flimsy, and I'm going to cut the mesh off, and I am going to stick this back in the soil because the roots are very healthy. So I'm hoping I can save this. Even though there's no leaf on it, I'm going to try it. But we have another one on the main plant. Let me get some of the loose soil off here. Trying not to break my roots. There are some very fine feeler roots on the bottom of here, and I'm trying to salvage them. But this is the thing. I know, whoever invented it thought it was a good idea, and I'm sure they meant well. But the people who are putting these on in the beginning are very likely not seeing the result of putting that mesh plug in there. Or I should say putting the plant in the mesh plug. And I'm hoping that maybe one of these days the people who are responsible for doing this will see the damage this does to these poor plants and the frustration that it causes for those of us who purchase those plants. Now, I got most of the soil off of here, thank goodness. I'm so glad I didn't water this prior to potting it up. And most of the time I don't. There are exceptions to that. Sometimes I want the roots to hold together. Sometimes I don't want the heaviness of the moisture on those roots because it might pull them apart. So it just really depends a lot on the plant. But in this case, I wanted to water it after I got it in its new home, so I did not, and because I did not know what was going on under that soil. Alright, hopefully you can see that, and you see this. This is like I just don't know how to describe it. It's, if you've ever done any sewing and you've used fusible web, that's what this feels like. Or if you've done outdoor gardening and you've used tarping, the real cheap stuff. It's like a thinner version of that. It's a, I don't know how else to describe it, but a fabric mesh that is supposed to be biodegradable. Look at how that's wrapped around the roots. Now, yes, the roots did grow through it, but the bulk, the crown of the plant was being strangled. It was extremely tight around there. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's just cannot be good for the plant. I guess I could be wrong. I guess there could be some crazy reason why it's okay for that to be around it, but I can't think of anything. If somebody has a different opinion about this and they want to put it in the comments section, then absolutely do that, but I honestly can't see any reason for this to be on here. You see how that's, I mean, the roots grew through it, but that doesn't always happen either. They don't always grow through it. I've had many plants, and the ones I've seen this a lot on are syngoniums. And on those, they were literally strangling the plant. The plant was dying, and I couldn't figure out what was going on, and that's what it turned out to be. So, yeah, they're just not good. So I'm going to continue to get this off of here, and then I'm going to go pot this up and get this done. I had a lot of repotting to do, and like I said yesterday, sometimes I just need to be alone with my plants, and I hope you guys will understand. Oh, darn it. Okay, see, I just broke a piece off. Oh, and by the way, I just want to mention, and I'm trying to figure this out within the YouTube system. I came across what was, for me, a very disturbing commercial. And when I watch my own videos, it doesn't show the commercials, so I don't know. But my daughter said that she did see it. And it was a commercial with that was taking place in Switzerland with Robert De Niro, whom I used to adore years ago, by the way. Not so much these days, but I was really appalled because very often I watch plant videos with my 4-year-old grandson because he loves plants and flowers. And I was so happy that he wasn't here because Robert De Niro dropped the F-bomb. And for those of you that use that word every day and don't think anything of it, please don't comment. Please don't. I don't want this to be a controversial thing here. This is my channel, my opinion, and I just want to apologize to those who think like I do and who don't like that word. I don't like that word. I know some people use it all the time, and I'm not judging them, my friends. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't use that word. What I'm saying is, in my world and in my family, it's not a good thing to say. And it's not something I want my 4-year-old grandson walking around saying. So when I heard that, I wasn't paying that close attention, and I had a double take on the TV. I was like, did he just say what I think he did? And I backed it up, and by that time it's too late because it's a commercial, so you can't really rewind it. But I did see it a few other times on some other channels. And so I'm in the process of trying to find out how and if I can prevent that from happening in the future. So for those of you who are my loyal followers, if you were offended by that, that is my reason for bringing this up. I'm very sorry. I apologize. But we don't have any control over what commercials AdSense puts out. So, but I am in the process of trying to find out if there is a way to at least filter certain things. I know that you can filter certain subjects, but I don't know if you can filter certain words, which I hope that I can. And if there's any of you that are watching this that do know the answer to that, please shoot me an email. My email is in the description. It's the same as my title, lindasueplantsforyou @gmail.com. Just let me know if you know the answer. But okay, here we are. Now, isn't that much better? Doesn't she look healthy and breathable and ready to go there? Oh, that was horrible, that poor thing. Okay, so I'm going to put her in a bigger pot here. And this actually is almost too big. But I think I'll be okay with it. I'll just be careful on the watering and let her grow into it, because it's the one in between there. I don't have one of that size handy. So I think this one's going to be fine. So how are you all weathering the weather? We got a feels like temperature of 93 or 98. I think it was 98, and then it was down to 96, and I think the evening news just said 93, but that might be in the city. I think it's a lot warmer out here. It's just been really, really hot. And if you are the kind of person that loves hot weather, boy, oh boy, this is the summer for you. We still haven't had rain, and I'm starting to get concerned about our plants, our trees, our grass, our farmers. I mostly feel so bad for the farmers trying to keep their crops alive. And the last time we had this severe of a drought was in 1987, I believe, 87 or 88. I think it was 87. And it didn't rain. It literally did not rain all summer. And it was like that almost clear across the United States. We went on a trip that year, and everywhere we went, people said it hadn't rained all summer. It was awful. Just, I forget what state we were in when it finally did rain for about 3 minutes, and everybody came running out of the buildings, and they were all dancing in the rain, and some people said we brought them good luck because we were from out of town. And yeah, that was a bad year, and I'm afraid we're repeating that same pattern so far. I hope not. I truly hope I'm wrong on this. All right, I'm putting in my granules, my bonite granules, like I always do. I'm going to add a little more soil. So the end of the story here is you should always check your plants under the soil when you get new plants. Unless you know the person you're getting them from, and they can, most likely if they're coming from a friend or a YouTuber, they're not going to have that, but it never hurts to ask. So always check that, folks, because sometimes it's too late by the time you realize what's going on. And I'd hate to see you lose a plant for that reason, unnecessarily. Okay. All right. I'm going to give her a good drink here because she was quite dry. And I'm going to set her up next to my other Polly. I might give her a little more water yet before. I'm going to let this sit for a little bit And then I might give her just a little bit more water yet. Let's see. Because this soil was quite dry. Okay. That'll be it for this video. I know it's short, but like I said, I wasn't planning on doing a video today. I just wanted to let you know while I had a clear picture of what I was mentioning the other day. Alright. Well, if I don't get back to you before the weekend, today is Friday afternoon. And I hope you all have a great weekend. Stay safe, drive safe, and have a good one. Bye now.